Kindness is another tool that you can use to improve your mental health. And I learned this from this free online course named The Science of Wellbeing. This instructor, like this professor, has made this course online talking about mental health. And she brought in this study which showed that people are actually happier if they spend money on others rather than themselves. So in this study, participants are given like $5 and they're instructed, okay, go spend it on yourself. Go buy like a latte from Starbucks or something. Or another group of participants are given $5 and they're instructed, okay, go buy a gift for a friend. Go buy a latte from Starbucks for their friend. And they found a way bigger happiness increase for the people who spent money on their friends. And we know this too, being kind and generous makes us feel good about ourselves. There's a very interesting conclusion that we can come to. There's literally a higher ROI, return on investment, to being generous with your money, your time, your compliments, than it is to be reserved. Like the money that you could spend on someone, and of course, it's all relative. So if you're in a different country, you don't have to spend the equivalent of $5. It was all relative to the country that you're in. So essentially, if you spent the equivalent of around 20 minutes of the minimum wage of your country on a friend, that would probably be able to get you like a coffee, a drink, a bottle of water or something like that. If you got that for a friend and said, oh, I've got this for you, you would feel happier about that than if you got it for yourself. And you can scale this up massively. So that study just spoke about, a small gift of like $5 buying a drink from Starbucks for someone. But you can be a very purposeful, work-driven young man and be quite charitable or do some kind of work that helps others. I personally have found one of the greatest mental health benefits for my own self from the work that I do for this YouTube channel. I spend quite a while, and of course, it's quite profitable for me, to increase my status. I feel good about the success that I've built, the income that I've got. But the work that I do here is very purposeful. And when I receive comments and messages and emails and voice notes, and when I had Instagram, I don't have Instagram anymore, but like when I did have Instagram, I would receive, honestly, 20 messages a day, direct messages of people just saying like, you've saved my life, you changed my life. Thank you so much for your videos, never stop uploading. That made me feel amazing about myself. Kindness and generosity is linked to this feeling of being needed. And that's so utterly important. And we don't really have that. Like we live in very weird, individualistic times. What I mean by individualistic is that we're all kind of like separate people and we no longer see ourselves as being part of like a tribe. Even in your country, your community, you don't really think like, oh yeah, well, this is my man. He's in the same country as me. That means we're on the same team. You don't really think that. We don't have tribes anymore. We're not really close knit anymore.